Can you think of a moment recently where someone said something, maybe a comment, a tone, a look, and you reacted faster than you meant to? And then later, maybe in the car, maybe lying in bed, you replayed it and thought, why did I even give that my energy? If that is familiar, you are not alone. I've been there more times than I'd like to admit. And over the last couple of years, I've been slowly learning something that has genuinely changed how my days feel. The goal isn't to win every exchange. The goal is to stop bleeding energy into exchanges that were never worth entering in the first place. So in this video, I want to walk through 7 principles that have helped me. And honestly, a lot of people I respect carry themselves with more steadiness. These aren't tricks. They're not about being cold or aloof or high value or any of that internet language. They're just boundaries, ways of protecting your focus so you actually have something left for the things that matter. Let's get into it. 1. Treat your attention like a budget. Here is a reframe that helped me a lot. Every interaction has a cost. Not in a cynical way, just realistically. Conversations take energy. Scrolling takes energy. Replying to a passive-aggressive message takes energy. And most of us spend that budget without checking the price tag. So before engaging with something, I try to ask myself one quiet question. Is this worth what it'll cost me? If the answer is no, I don't need to make a big exit. I don't need to announce I am logging off or write a paragraph about why I am not responding. I just move on to something that actually matters. That is not avoidance. That is choosing where your day goes to. Silence isn't losing. It is often the strongest position. A lot of us were raised to believe that if someone says something cutting and we don't fire back, we somehow lost the exchange. But notice what actually happens when you stay quiet. The person who said the thing is suddenly standing in the silence they created. They wanted a reaction. That was the whole point. And when there is no reaction, the moment just sits there. This isn't about being smug or winning the silence. It is about realizing you don't owe a response to every comment that lands in your direction. The people I trust most in my life tend to speak less. And when they do speak, you listen, not because they're performing restraint, because they've stopped wasting words. 3. Be fully present, but not constantly available. There is a difference between being kind and being endlessly available. I used to confuse the two. I'd answer every text immediately, say yes to every invite, jump on every call, and then wonder why I felt thin and tired by Wednesday. What I've learned is that being available everywhere usually means being fully present nowhere, including with yourself. So now I try to show up more deliberately. When I am with someone, I am actually there, phone down, attention on. And when I am not, I am not. It is not a strategy to seem mysterious. It is just an honest acknowledgement that my time and attention are finite. And I'd rather give people the real version of me than a distracted version of me. 4. Closure is something you give yourself. This one took me years to actually accept. A lot of us stay stuck in situations because we're waiting for the other person to finally understand, to apologize, to admit what they did. And we keep explaining, keep reaching out, keep hoping this will be the conversation where it clicks. Sometimes it doesn't click. Sometimes the person isn't capable of seeing it or doesn't want to. And waiting for them to change is just borrowing pain on credit. The shift for me was realizing closure doesn't have to come from them. You can decide you are done. You can decide the chapter is closed. You don't need their signature on it. 5. Notice who leaves you empty. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Not in a judgmental way, just honestly. Some people leave you energized, some leave you neutral, and some consistently leave you a little flatter than you started. That last group deserves your attention. Not more of your time, but more of your awareness. Not every relationship that drains you is malicious. Sometimes it is a friend going through something. Sometimes it is a family dynamic. But you are allowed to adjust the dose. You are allowed to be less available without making a speech about it. Helping people is good. Setting yourself on fire to keep someone else warm is not the same thing. 6. Don't let other people hold the remote. Here is a phrase I keep coming back to. Your triggers are the remote control other people use to change your channel. If someone knows a certain word gets a reaction, they'll keep using it. If someone knows questioning your choices makes you defensive, that is the lever they'll pull, not always consciously. Sometimes it is just learned. The work isn't to become emotionless. That is not real. And honestly, it is not even the goal. The work is to notice the trigger when it happens and ask a quiet question. Does this person's opinion actually have weight in my life? Do they know the full picture? A lot of the time, the honest answer is no. And once you see that, the comment loses most of its grip. 7. Not every fight deserves your presence. The last one is the hardest. And it is the one I am still practicing. Sometimes the most useful move is no move. Someone misrepresenting you. You don't always have to correct the record in real time. Your actual track record will do that work over months and years. Someone trying to compete with you on something you weren't even competing about. You can just keep walking your own road. This isn't passivity. And it is not about pretending things don't bother you. It is about recognizing that your energy is a limited resource. And not every battle is yours to fight. Saving your effort for the things that actually matter. Your work, your people, your own growth is one of the most underrated forms of strength. Closing thoughts, if there is a thread running through all 7 of these. It is this. None of it is about becoming colder or more closed off. The people I know who actually live this way aren't hard or cynical. They're just intentional. They've thought about where their attention goes, who gets their energy, and when it makes sense to engage. You don't have to overhaul your life today. The next time you feel that familiar pull to react to something that probably doesn't deserve it, just pause, 3 seconds, ask yourself if it is worth the cost. That one habit, repeated, changes more than you'd think. If something in this resonated, I'd genuinely like to know which principle hit hardest for you. Drop it in the comments. I read them. And if you want more conversations like this, subscribing helps me keep making them. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.